All right, so I just want to talk two things. One, the first one is just like some ways to control side control, and to kind of control it when somebody's in the process of starting to recover the guard. And then the other thing would be some of you guys expressed interest on my status, which I was talking about. Pretty much my go-to side control escape when like against like real big guys and guys that are, like deal with a lot of pressure, because shrimping, as you guys know, and getting the underhook, sometimes it can be a little difficult. So watch here. I'm going to first talk about 3 points of contact that you have to have. If I have these 3 points of contact, I'm going to do pretty well at controlling my opponent. You have to have the hip control, which if you've seen any of my other videos talking about this, or have been in any of my classes, you know that I like to call this Panama. If I control Panama Canal, I control the trades. If I control the hip, I control side control. If I have the hip under control, I need to have this underhook, prevents him from rolling side to side, also prevents him from getting to his knees, and then I want to control his head. And I like my shoulder pressure, but it's more of just the head, and I'll talk about that in a second, and what I mean. Now, if I have Panama, it's either my knee, my hip, my arm, knee on belly, or even sometimes I can use my opposite leg to kind of control Panama. But now, so what happens a lot is maybe I'm in the side control and the guy kind of shrimps away and slides his knee inside here. But right as this kind of knee comes in, this is where everything kind of happens. And everybody kind of gets like real tight and they try to like smash the leg, but then see how like this leg kind of comes over and now things get difficult. If you look at the way the body works, and I'm big on this, it's not just learning techniques, but learning concepts and actually learn why the body works. So when this knee comes in, if he wants to make any guard recover, pay attention to his head, not his knee. He's going to use his knee to push off me, but look, his head's going to extend away from me, and that's going to open all the space for him to be able to transition into something else. So I need to kill that movement, not by trying to smash this down so much. More, I want to hide my rear leg because I don't want him stepping over and getting like some half guard thing. So what I'm going to do is I can control this a couple different ways. One, we're already starting traditionally, so I could like just kind of ball up on the shoulder and kind of keep this. So if he tries to extend that knee away, like this is good to start, but this is honestly only so weak. As you see, there's still movement of his head. If I can't get this, maybe he frees his head a little bit, and I can't get the shoulder pressure, then at least I want to keep the gi and keep my elbow tight. And I still reinforce in the shoulder. If he tries to extend away, I have a little good control, but I think what's best is if I can come over top. Not a guillotine grip, though I could try that. I don't like to do a guillotine grip, just a full-on head grip. Now, I'm grabbing the gi here, or the belt, if you want to go Helson style, but elbow to his head. Now, as he tries to extend now, his head's going nowhere. As you see, like Diego cannot push anymore to create. As long as I don't let him trap my leg, it's going to be really difficult. Now, come on over here, let me show you another detail. Now, his knee's still in, so how do I get this knee out of the way? I'm going to take my hand, reach back, and I'm just going to cup his foot. When I keep his foot here, I'm controlling the furthest extension of his limb, which is going to be have the most leverage. So I control the foot. I don't grab at the ankle. I don't grab over top. I could hug like this, but my bicep only goes so far. If I grab with my hand, it allows for me to get more space to move. So I fold this to his butt. I lift my hips, and I just move as I put my knee back into Panama. I need to control Panama. So I need to control his head one way or another. I need to control Panama. Whether I control his head with my shoulder pressure, and he gets his knee in, I get my arm back, open, and then come back, or I just grab the hold of the collar, and then he's in. I'm like, all right, I got the collar. All right, remove the foot, and then come back in. So any way that I can control the head and prevent that from extending away from me. This same stuff applies like even in regular half guard when you guys are playing knee shield and stuff like that. Like if I get here, if this guy can extend his body, he's going to be strong. But if I can get him back and be able to cover his head, now his extension isn't as effective, and it's a little easier for me to make my movement. So if I can control the head, you start to control the rest of the body. So that's just a little concept that you guys can add to your game when trying to control. But let's flip the roles and now let's learn an escape. So trying to frame and recover. Ideally, I would like to frame the knee in and look for my guard. And I don't like to hug here because when I hug, like it allows him to get tighter to me. Okay, realistically, honestly, I would like to be here with this guy, but let's just say, man, we make mistakes, it happens, they beat our defenses. We've gotten here, I can't pummel my underhooks with my elbow or my hand. I can't really shrimp escape. So my hand that's right here, as you watch, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of move away and I'm gonna feed my hand underneath. If you come to the other side here, you're gonna see what I'm doing. Here's a big detail. Everybody that puts their hand between does this wrong. First, they're grabbing like so. Palm up here, or palm down, and they grab, and exposes my elbow, allows them to staple my arm, and now I'm like, oh, crap, nothing's went from like bad to worse. Palm up here, and I hide my elbow, so now when he tries to staple, the only thing he'll probably be able to get is just my wrist, and it's not very effective. I can still kind of hide my arm and still play. Okay, so I keep the seat right here. Next thing is everybody tries to step over, but I still can't get this foot. So I have to reverse strength south and use my elbow to bump him north. So as I move down here, I feed the foot, and what I'm going to do is as I start to, notice I scrape it in, kind of like I'm doing an elbow escape. As I start to scrape this, everybody's going to drop their hip down to me. As their hip goes down, I have his ankle trapped, but if I wait too long, he's going to slide his hip all the way out and go back into panel, and I'm like, oh man, and things just get worse, you know? So I keep my control. I need to get under his hip. How do I do that? Watch. I still have his ankle trapped. This is my toe. I don't just straighten it. I move it out wide. Notice my arm is still controlling his knee, so this knee does not come up. I cannot let this knee get into Panama. So I step out, I walk my hips, and if I can get a sweep here, perfect. I can work my sweep and get my pass. But what I find that happens generally is, as I start to make my move, they square the base up. So as it squares, I at least get to the half guard. Worst case scenario, half guard. Best case scenario, full butters or feet on the hips, full guard, or some kind of submission attempt. So watch that one again. I get my grip here. He's in full side control. I'm like, oh man, all right. Maybe he drops his hip. Same concept, guys. He's dropping like, oh geez, oh I can't grab the ankle. That's okay, I grab the knee. Both him up, I move down straight. Once I scrape, I start to walk under him. If I sweep, cool. If he switches his hips, I feed the leg in, and I always want to try to get this knee inside. As you see with this leg here, if I keep this knee, especially against bigger guys, I keep him away. Now when I frame with my arms, if he's in close, I always frame with the middle part down. It's more connected to my shoulder joint. It's going to be more powerful to keep him off of me. If I try to frame with my wrist, he's just going to crush that into me. Okay, so I want to keep my frames here. Unless I'm bugging with his neck, that's the only time I'll go there. But now the next thing is, if I can keep him further away, I frame with my palm. These are details that are going to help you with injury prevention too. If I'm framing with my hand here, I may wrist lock myself, especially if you're trying to block somebody's hip. But if I frame with my palm, it's connected to my elbow, and I want to use a bone structure, so that way I'm using everything in line with each other. I'm going to be able to last a little bit longer as I go to control, okay? So that's like one of my go-to escapes. Normally, like if I'm fast with it, I get the sweep, the shovel sweep variation, or if somebody's never seen it before, or just hugging really tight, then I get that sweep. But I find the majority of the time, especially against higher belts, I at least get the half guard. And when I go half, like my game is go right to the butterfly hooks, that way no leg locks are open right away, and I sweep from there. But it's a preference. The thing about jiu-jitsu is you can do whatever you want to go for, you know. So one guy today was like, oh, I love that move because that puts me in deep half guard. I was like, perfect, man. Like, I don't play deep half too much, but it's like, that guy does. So now he can add that to his game and he goes on his own venture, you know. Just another way to get out of it, especially because, like I said, like, when guys get real heavy on you, you can't strip away. They dominate that Panama control. You get the underhook and they're big and heavy and they just squash you. So it's like, fishing ankles is gonna be good. Plus, it's harder for them to transition around when you have a hold of that ankle. So just keep that in mind. Try that. Let me know what you guys think, and see what else you can branch off of it, and make a video or just message me like, hey, I was trying this and this happened. Look, have you ever seen that before? You know, and we share them away and we'll discuss. Cool. Thanks, guys.